we go. Ready?
Hit it.
No sound.
Live from the Lucas Oil Studios, it's Horsepower Hump Day. Because every NASCAR fan needs a push of the old bumper to get them over that hump.
Stop. Oh, my God.
Here's Kenny, Crash, Richie, and Cole. Let's get humping, boys.
Happy Hump Day, Freak Nation. You got the whole gang here in the Lucas Oil Studios. Cole Cusimano and yours truly. We're back from Worldwide Technology Raceway. And the festivities that were an extraordinary weekend for Cole Cusimano. I think Cole Cusimano, there were about as many clouds in the sky as we had drinks on Friday night for that race. Is that right?
I think you're right on that one, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
But as you would say, I'll pull your term out of here. Chamber of Commerce weather the entire weekend. Phenomenal event. Had a blast.
Yep.
A lot of beverages.
Oh, so there were several clouds Friday night.
No, there weren't a lot of beverages. I was just joking.
That's awesome.
Crash, go ahead.
What, me? Go ahead. I wasn't even at WWT Raceway with you guys.
You're going to Bristol, though. You're going to Bristol.
Oh, my God. Can Kenny be any more upset right there?
Live technical difficulties.
No joke. Oh,
What's the obvious?
I know.
You can see Kenny's back to start talking.
Lordy.
All right, Freak Nation. It's a hell of a way to start off. We're talking about clouds and drinks. And
God.
that's how we roll when your gorgeous wife is teaching their daughter arithmetic just minutes before you go live across the freaking planet. Hey, Freak Nation, something that Kyle Petty said we're going to get to regarding Denny Hamlin. Leah Pruett is back in the seat for 2026. Super Speedway Stage Edition. Come on, man. Not going to happen, right? It could. New playoff format coming, and the TV ratings we've got to talk about certainly Sunday afternoon when the NFL is all things to everybody. Even a big old fat cup race is going to suffer. We have those numbers. And then, of course, Bristol and Elimination Weekend at Bristol, which, by the way, Crasher, you're going to be hanging out in Bristol with all of our good friends there at Lucas Oil and RCR.
I wish I could say all 100,000 of our friends. Right. I'm seeing all these posts by Jeff Gluck and who else? Kelly Crandall, some others that have said, oh, the old days of Bristol, the 2002 to 2009 era, and that's gone now. That bums me out, but I am excited to see this era of Bristol because I haven't been back since 2008. So I'm excited to see this era and see what it really is like. It's still the Bristol night race. I'm still excited for it, and I love that track. So,
Crasher, Cole, my diatribe's going to be a little longer, so jump in. Go.
I was going to say, even though it gets a lot of crap, Bristol, with this current car and not being as competitive or watchable since 2008, there's still been some memorable moments. I was there back in 2022 when Denny Hamlin beat everybody's favorite driver. So there's still iconic things that happen at Bristol. It's still Bristol. It's still the night race. I'm still very excited about it.
Hold on. Do you think that that's an issue? Do you think that people just have it just emblazoned in their head that it's going to be a bad race, that this new Bristol with this car is just bad? Let's just go expect a bad product. Should we just get away from that and say, come on, let's see what this one gives us?
It's the negative NASCAR fan mantra, but I mean, like, it's warranted to an extent with the short track racing, but also they have a new tire going there this time around, which Denny Hamlin seems to think is going to promote a lot more passing and more tire fall off, which could be a huge benefactor to those watching at home the competitiveness of this race. I mean, if it's anything like, what was it, 2022, 2023, when the tires were popping after like 25 laps, that could be a great thing.
Ooh, that would be
a lot of mayhem for the elimination.
Yes.
When we went there for the first time, it was Crasher, Statman, Lug, and yours truly. And we'd never experienced it. It was night racing. And I think that was that 2004?
I think our first, it was either 03 or 04.
Yeah.
We hosted the Sharpie exhibit for 3 or 4 years.
Right.
And oh, wow. I mean, it was so fun.
We intentionally stood in turn one, and to have those cars coming into turn one with a sold-out stadium, as Statman succinctly stated, it was Jurassic.
That's awesome.
Yes.
It was Jurassic.
I love it.
Yeah.
Your whole body was just moving. It's like, whoa, that's happening. Like from Talladega Nights. Oh, I don't know. My body.
That's the thing. Like, if you're at Bristol, it's a completely different animal. Like, the
Yes.
racing is almost secondary. Just being there around those cars, especially when you're in the infield and you're just, like, literally encased in the cars racing around you nonstop. It's intoxicating. It really is.
It's almost impossible to use your cell phone to make a phone call at any racetrack. I don't care where you are, road course, street circuit, anywhere. But at Bristol, don't even think about it. Because standing in the infield, standing anywhere around there, no, there's no conversation to be had. Text is your friend. Now let's hope Wi-Fi is your friend.
Richard C. Suave, do you anticipate here we go,
Yeah.
residential.
All right.
Do you anticipate
We have
a
another
better
host.
Bristol race, my friend?
If you listen to Denny Hamlin's Action Detrimental this week, then you'll know that.
Sorry, Richie. There's a cat. There's a cat taking over for you.
I could not. I know.
Okay, now he's about to try and jump over Cole's microphone.
Go.
Oh,
he
we go.
did.
Good job. Good job.
All right, are you gonna let me talk?
Great show
Omar,
today.
I'm
So far.
This show is so off the rails.
been
It's
6
crazy.
minutes into the show. I finally get to talk, and then I get distracted by a cat.
It's spooky season. Black cat.
To
Yeah.
answer your question, if you listen to Denny Hamlin on his show this week, he seemed to believe that the tire. So he told the story about the tire that Goodyear is bringing to the track this week, and he said that his sources within Goodyear said that the tire they're bringing to Bristol this week was put on their tire tester, and it shredded almost immediately.
Wait,
Which
the one that they're actually bringing?
Yes.
Oh, come
yes.
on.
So he went on to explain that isn't necessarily have any bearing on the race because they test these tires almost fresh off the line. And so when these tires are fresh off the line, they're less durable is the best way to describe it. And so
Okay.
they have to wait. It's like aging fine wine or whiskey or whatever. They gotta let the tires cure and age a little bit before they can be used. So if Denny Hamlin is listening to Denny Hamlin, he seems to believe that the tire they're bringing here, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. said the same thing, and they all seem to believe that maybe we're going to see something more akin to last year's spring Bristol race where the tires were absolute crap and you couldn't run more than 50 laps on a tire, as opposed to what we saw in the spring this year, which is because the temperatures were so different, the tires seem to last longer. So I'm hoping maybe there's a middle ground there. So maybe it's not 30 laps a run, the tire falls apart, but it's 50 laps, and these drivers are having to save their tires, and it will make for better racing. I hope that's the case. I am not looking forward to this race being 500 laps. So can we not?
Whoa. What is it? Is it 500?
Yes.
Oh, 500 laps. Okay, it's not
Yes.
500 miles, right?
Yes. No. Only 500.
Okay. Because it used to be, didn't it used to be 500 miles?
No.
I thought it was.
No,
The Sharpie
good.
500 was not 500
That
miles?
was 500 laps.
Oh, all right. So never mind then.
The never-ending
Dang it.
Bristol race.
Dang it.
That's what all the fans want out there, right?
Never ending. Yes. Well, it gives you more time to drink and have fun with your buddies, but
So Crasher, she'll be out there at Bristol, again, representing the Freak Nation, hanging out with RCR and Kyle Busch as he's going to be flying those Lucas Oil colors for Bristol. Richie, you brought something to our attention regarding the ratings Sunday afternoon with Worldwide Technology Raceway. No problem with the track, the product itself, but there was a problem of who they were going up against at the time, right?
That's correct. Worldwide Technology Raceway this year brought in a total of, I got a 0.82 rating, 1.52 million viewers for the Cup Series race of Worldwide Technology Raceway. That's down 1.8 million from last year's second playoff race.
That's down. Say that one more time, please.
It's down from 1.8 million, which was the second race of last year's playoff.
Got
too.
it.
Both of these races on USA cable as well. So, So I thought now that we're getting to the point where this is it's just NASCAR going head to head with the NFL, and you just can't go head to head with the NFL. It's a losing battle. You're gonna lose all day, every day. Especially week one of the NFL. And week one of the NFL was awesome this week. There were so many close games. It was incredible. The witching hour on Red Zone this week was one of the best maybe of all time. There were 3 or 4 games that were down to the last possession in the witching hour if you were watching the NFL Red Zone, as I was. So it's just NASCAR's got to learn their lesson, man. They got to find a way to, like IndyCar And F1 too, because most of the F1's races are super early in the morning, and so you can wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning here on the West Coast, 9 a.m. East Coast, watch your Formula One race, and then it's football, right? So yeah, this is a problem for NASCAR. This is abysmal. This isn't good. People are tuning this crap off now.
But here's the deal. It hasn't. And the NFL has not been an issue, not a big issue at least, for the NASCAR season. This is the first time I ever remember talking about the NFL being an issue against NASCAR, because we used to make fun of IndyCar saying, you give us this huge offseason, who cares? Race during the NFL because your fans are still going to want it. And now suddenly we're mad at NASCAR because they're going against NFL. They've never had an issue in the past. So something else is going on, in my opinion. Is it this product? Is it the fact that the opening week of NFL was just spectacular and nobody could predict that? Will we get a rebound? Well, we can't count Bristol because it's Saturday night.
Right.
Will we get a rebound come, what's the next race? Is it Loudon? Is it New Hampshire?
Yeah.
I guess we'll see then. Maybe that's the only next time that we can actually do an apples to apples. I feel like there's something else. I don't want to blame the NFL just yet.
Cole?
Yeah, I think obviously going up week one against the NFL is never going to bode well for NASCAR. You also have the U.S. Open, which was on ESPN. So you had Fox, CBS, ESPN, all occupied by other sports, NFL, tennis. And I think, USA is not a very prominent network for sporting coverage. So I think that could have played a factor. I think the thing all over Twitter was that maybe some of the old head NASCAR fans were mad about the Prime coverage because the viewership and the ratings have gone down since Prime's coverage in the summertime, and maybe that's why the ratings were lower than normal. But I just think it's mainly NFL week one. That's the biggest thing for me.
So let's see how it shakes out in a couple weeks.
Right. And I think also Richie brought up a good point. So it was down compared to last year's race 2 of the playoffs. That was a road course race at Watkins Glen. So is there maybe some correlation to the road course racing popularity compared to oval racing? Either way, I don't think it was a bad race. I just think it's a product of the NFL.
Well, you just validated my point of the importance of road course racing when the freaking snorkelers of NASCAR, they don't like road course racing.
So I'm saying it's a valid argument to bring up.
But you just said that the road course outdrew an oval.
Right. And I don't know where that stacked up as far as the NFL and when they began their first week of the season, but it could be a correlation with that,
Yeah, that's not a denial at all, and I understand what you're saying. We know what the beast is, and it's the National Football League. But what Crasher says, that's just a big drop-off. That is a big drop-off. When you've seen when the season kicked off in February and March, you saw 2 and 2.5 and even 3 million at one time.
Well, let's not talk about the Daytona 500. That's their Super Bowl.
No.
Aside from that, race 2.
Yeah, there was. I brought you the stat earlier this year where there was like a stretch of like 15 races in a row where they did not eclipse 3+ million viewers.
Right.
15?
I think it was like 15 races in a row. Yeah, where they did not eclipse 3+ million viewers, including some of the races on Prime as well. It did not eclipse 3 because it was on Prime Video, even though the ratings were decent from young people. So yeah, we're trending towards. I've said this all season long, and I've bitched and complained about all the NASCAR complainers who are bitching about the product and bitching about the playoff format and bitching about the car. I kept telling you all season long, I was like, if you guys really don't like it, just don't freaking watch. And that's where I think people are finally tuning this crap off. They're not liking the product, the on-track product. Xfinity Series, which their product has been really good this year, they've been consistent across the board. A little bit down since college football started, but they've been getting 1 million viewers pretty much all season long on the CW, a network broadcast for the AAA of your NASCAR Cup Series is getting 1+ million viewers on a consistent basis, and people are watching that. But the NASCAR Cup Series is just declining. Formula One is catching up, guys.
Yeah, I saw that.
Formula One is going to eclipse NASCAR. I really do.
If this trend continues.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think in the next 2-3 years.
It's a big if, but if.
Yes. If Apple is most likely to take over the F1 US TV rights, and I honestly believe if Apple, number one, I don't think we're going to get viewership numbers from Apple because they never.
No, you're not.
That's true.
They don't release the numbers for MLS because they're so bad.
Yep.
So I really do believe if NASCAR continues on this trend of this car, people are just going to keep tuning out. And people are going to start flipping out Formula One. See it in the ratings. It's getting closer, man. It's within 500,000 viewers. Wow. And Formula One is younger by a wide margin. Wide margin. And they're so good at capturing those eyeballs because the races are an hour and a half. This week's race on Sunday, hour 15 minutes. The quickest race in Formula One history. And it was awesome. I could go back to sleep at 7:30 and then wake up for football later.
I think that the telltale sign, if this really is a trend that we can, have some validity in, is if there's a significant decrease in viewership in Talladega on October 19th. Because Talladega and Daytona always pull the most viewership, the highest ratings. Okay. So I think right there, it's like in the middle of the first few weeks of the NFL season, they shouldn't be taking a ton more viewership away. If you have bad ratings for that race, that right there is your telltale sign that there is something amiss.
Hey, you know who they're going up against on that same day? The U.S. Grand Prix in COTA, Formula One.
There you go. That's a perfect benchmark day then.
To compare
F1
the two series. There you go.
and Talladega.
I really want to see Formula One outdraw NASCAR for the first time ever this year. I don't know if it's going to happen.
It's not.
But last year's U.S. Grand Prix got 1.3 million people in 2024. And the NASCAR race that was happening at the same time was Las Vegas, playoff race there. They got 2.2 million viewers at Las Vegas going head-to-head. So it was about a million difference. We've already seen that gap is closing.
And that's where Logano laughed.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
yes, it was.
That's for Las Vegas. So Talladega should be, I would think, around the same or bigger numbers.
But at the same time, Richie, you know my disdain for Formula One.
Yes.
Wasn't it more competitive at that time? Had Verstappen already run away with it?
The championship was not decided by then, as it is this year. The championship is still still to be decided this year, even though for reasons I won't get into on this show, I could care less about who wins. But yeah, so it's you're 100% right. Yeah.
All right, let me state some maybe facts, but who was it that said if so-and-so was gone, this charter agreement would be done with?
Are you talking about the text threads that came
out?
Oh, yeah.
Was it someone from?
Yeah, it was
2311.
It was one of the 2311.
Was it Michael?
It wasn't Michael.
Was it Denny?
It was not Denny.
Oh, it was the. Yes.
I think it was like their CEO.
Yeah.
I don't want to put a name to it because I can't remember who exactly it was, but it was one of the 2311 leaders basically said, yeah, if Jim wasn't around, this wouldn't be happening, more or less.
Well,
paraphrase.
and way before that came out, I said this with no basis or no facts to base it on, but I'm starting to put some pieces together that these length of races, the length of schedule, Cole Cusimano, just like this flagrant beatdown of 2311 and, all the freaking teams, if Jim France and Lisa Kennedy France were not there, France Kennedy, Phelps, O'Donnell, Liberty Media, whoever was, this stuff would be done. This would be done. The races would be shorter.
I think I agree. Yep.
I've always said this. You don't need, really, why can't you have a 60-foot yacht versus a 64-foot yacht? I'm telling you, if the France family gets their hands out of this and you get
actual business people.
Well, I'm trying not to be harsh here. If you get folks that can really grasp the significance of entertainment, that races would be shorter, the audience would be younger, and three, the relationships with the advertisers. Again, you don't need to have 16 cars in the garage. Can't you have 14? You don't have to go all out to get these numbers. It's the billions of dollars that they get from advertising right now. When you short the races, your advertising pool is lessened, right? So I think if the France family gets their claws out of this, things would change for the better.
No disputes.
Yep, same.
And maybe that's the goal with these, was it dozen agencies plus they're bringing in this offseason to help bolster the efforts
about
of
that.
bringing in more viewers and whatnot. So maybe that'll be the changing
Right.
the tides right there.
Well, then it'll be Will, Lisa, and Jim, the ultimate decision makers. Will they listen to those agencies?
Yeah.
If the agencies tell them something they don't necessarily want to hear.
Steve O'Donnell, in voicemail or a text, whatever it was, Crasher, basically said about this agreement with these charters, are we going to go back to 1996?
That's right. Yeah. You could hear his frustration in those comments.
And knowing what little I do of O'Donnell, I know a little bit about Steve Phelps, and I know their makeup. And this is not Phelps, this isn't O'Donnell, this is everything with the France family that is going on with the negativity around the length of the races, how many races, where they race, this lawsuit. So
Dale Jr. has been screaming since mid-2000s that the season is too long.
Yeah.
So if they haven't listened to him since then. So, yeah, they're very stuck in their ways, apparently. And you're right, change needs to be made, but it won't until there's a true changing of the guard.
Austin Cindric said it on our show, not Chase Briscoe, but Chastain said it on our show, and someone else said it, that when they saw the new schedule, first thing they noticed was the 2 weeks off.
Right.
And again, it still blows me away that Denny Hamlin is going out there and racing in a series that he's suing and kicking some ass. And he's doing it the way Denny Hamlin wants to do it. But guys that don't have the clout that Denny Hamlin does, maybe Chastain, maybe Briscoe, I go on and on and on. If these guys could say what they really wanted to say, Dale Jr.-esque, I think it'd be a different story. Sorry.
Well, again, are they going to listen? You can say all you want, and whether or not you have the cojones to do so. But again, are they going to listen?
Oh.
They haven't listened to Dale Jr. for a while, so.
Freak
saying.
Nation, Tony Stewart allegedly is giving up his seat for his wife, Leah Pruett. Leah Pruett was in Tony Stewart's dragster until Leah Pruett got pregnant. Tony Stewart took over the seat for her. Okay, let me get my timeline here, Crasher. He took over after the first race in February or March last
2024.
year? Right?
No,
And-
he was in the seat, the
Okay.
first NHRA race. Yes.
Got it. But the reason I bring this up is because now Leah Pruett has announced that she's back in that dragster. And according to questions that were asked of Tony Stewart, he doesn't have another rail lined up as of yet.
Yet. Right. He is having conversations, plenty of conversations. He did admit that. And the goal is for them to race together, it seems to me, based on a bunch of his answers. But yeah, he's talking to sponsors. He needs funding. If he gets that, will he have a rail? I'm pretty confident that he will.
Yeah, things that I know and things that I hear, there will be a second drag car with Tony Stewart and Leah Pruett running. Man, think about those battles.
And NHRA needs that, in my opinion.
Totally do. Yeah.
Husband, wife going head to head down the drag strip. And I mean, Tony Stewart's essential for NHRA's growth. I think we all know that. He's so instrumental in bringing eyes into this sport and just growing it to what it could be. I find it hard to believe that he won't find sponsorship or the funding to run
Yes.
next year. And like he said during his press conference, I think Bob Pockris asked the question, if he's out of the car for too long, he's going to want to get back in something.
Right.
So there's no way Tony Stewart's not racing next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll go back to a couple of months ago when Cody, get on camera there, my friend. Oh, you don't have your headset on. Don't worry about it. Just tell me, when was it announced that Donnie Schatz was no longer with Tony Stewart Racing?
Like 2 months ago.
Was it?
Was it 2?
early summer?
Okay.
Early summer. One of the greatest
time ago.
names ever in the history of sprint car dirt racing, Donnie Schatz, who's been teamed up with Tony Stewart for 2 decades. Is that right?
I believe.
All right, a shit ton. Left the team. And what I said at the time, or did I say it on air? Or did I just say it to you guys?
Oh, go ahead.
It was said.
Spill.
It
okay,
was
it was
said.
said. It was said.
Okay. That there's a reason this is happening. And I think Tony Stewart and his relationship with Donnie Schatz was like, dude, there's going to be changes. Get out now so you can grab a team for 2026 because there are going to be changes with my dirt team, sprint car team. So Is that because he wants to close the doors there and bring that money over to his drag team? Don't know. But it's not a coincidence, man. I will say that.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Yeah.
All right.
Dig it.
And I find it funny, real quick, Cole, how the NHRA is relying on a 52-year-old to bring in a new audience.
It's working, isn't it?
Talk about, speaking of ratings, the U.S. Nationals on Big Daddy Fox crushed it. I think they got over 1 million.
Yay.
How about that?
Good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good. Like
That's
to hear
awesome.
it for their Super Bowl.
People
Good.
love smoke.
All right, who wants to get into the discussion that we've seen online over the last 24 hours about Super Speedway Stage Edition? Excuse me, Talladega, there was talk about adding a 4th stage. Has that been debunked? Is it going to happen next year?
I was going to say, it's not going to happen this year, right?
No, this was bandied about on Holler Talk, which I
Right.
didn't get a chance to listen to on my way in today. My second favorite podcast, of course. Did you get a chance to listen to it, Cole?
I didn't. I just saw the comments circulating on Twitter sphere about that.
They brought it up. I think from what I understand, it's like they're discussing the possibility of doing it. And it's been brought up for a while in and around some of the drivers. Dale Jr. brought it up. Some of the other drivers that I've heard.
That they were in favor of it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because it eliminates that fuel mileage
Because it
racing.
shortens the
Yeah.
stages,
Yeah.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so you would be racing all out to the end of the stage, whereas now the stages are probably a little bit too long.
Mm-hmm.
And so they can split the stage in half, essentially, and you can save fuel to spend less time on pit road. But now a shorter stage would allow them to hopefully go full press for the entirety of it instead of having to fuel save. So that's the idea behind it. At least.
Well, then that would match up with the talk also next year where there might be a 3-3-4 format, and Talladega would be in those last 4 races, which there was an uproar
I mean,
about Talladega being in the playoffs. Maybe that's going to help soften the blow where we're going to go
in the
with
final round of the playoffs.
Yes,
Because Talladega's
sorry.
in the playoffs.
I'm sorry,
but
yeah,
the
final
final
round.
round.
So maybe that's part of trying to soften the blow of, Talladega's going to be in the final 4, but we're going to have 4 stages, man. So
People are
Yeah.
so pissed about this, Cole. I'm sure you saw it online as
Yeah.
well. The majority of the fan base that I saw when Jordan Bianchi brought this up, and Cody, if you want to get the Jordan Bianchi thing ready so we can kind of get some context for this conversation, the majority of fans that I saw were like, why is there a super speedway determining a champion? Because it's a wild card. And then, Cole, my favorite tweet of the weekend was Dale Earnhardt Jr. tweeted out and got up on his soapbox and said, I actually like this idea. It's like, hey, if Dale Earnhardt Jr. says it's cool, that's all I need to know. I'm all in. But then again, that's coming from like one of the greatest super speedway racers of all time. So.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's his
you want to play that Bianchi bit?
Go ahead.
Yeah, set it up.
Hypothetically speaking, if there was a championship round consisting of, say,
Okay, go ahead, stop
4
it.
races.
Stop it. Okay, first of all, Freak Nation, watch Bianchi's face.
Oh, yeah.
It's greatness. Dude, I want to play poker against that sumbitch.
Because he gives it all away. He can't hide it. He does not have a poker face.
Oh, all right, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Hypothetically speaking, if there was a championship round consisting of, say, 4 races, would that make it more palatable for the drivers?
Well, what's fair for the drivers and competitors is never going to be what's best
Sure.
for the fans.
And the drivers want more of a longer runway for points. The fans, I think, or some fans, I should say, be careful, like they want shorter. At least the TV networks do too. But 4 races, again, hypothetically, would you be okay with that? Would you think that'd be okay? Kind of a fair compromise?
I don't even think it needs to be 4.
Okay.
We have 3 race formats.
Yeah.
Why does it need to be? I mean,
Well, you could have like a format. I'm just spitballing here. Let's say 3-3-4.
sounds like Jordan knows something that I don't.
Well, Jordan knows everything.
I'm just coming up with
all the
ideas.
tea.
But you could have a format of like 3 races, and then another round of 3 races, and then from that you whittle down to whatever number that driver count is, and that number of drivers over 4 races is racing for the championship. Is that a fair compromise where you still have the mentality of you got to go out there and win it, you got to be aggressive because it helps you, but you also have a little bit more of a runway where, quote unquote, the better team is going to be more, the deserving
I mean, you're
champion.
essentially taking what the NBA does. It's a series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each round is a series,
Yeah.
and the more wins or better finishes you get in the series, then bam. you are the champion. It's all stuff that's been done before. It's just how do we apply it to our format.
Yeah, I think anybody that's hoping for a 36 race season
dumb.
is never going to happen. So
Yeah.
just
It's dumb.
abandon all hope for that.
I think, again, we can see through here some stubbornness at NASCAR. They got to have 10 races. That's why they're going for 4, 3, 3, 4. It's got to be 10 races. It's got to be that nice, even number. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Just go 3, 3, 3 because you do risk in a 4 final playoff format, 4 race format for the final 4 drivers, a little exhaustion. It's like, okay, can we just get there already? 4 weeks. That's a month. That's an entire month of, oh my God, who's our champion? If you don't need to do it, just go 3, 3, 3. I like Austin's suggestion there.
I mean, that's what I was advocating for when we were talking about potential playoff fixes.
Yep.
And I do think that this 4-race format beginning with Talladega could work, but only if they implement that 4th stage. Because if you just throw Talladega in there as is, it's basically like you're negating whatever points and finishes come from that race, and it's a 3-race set essentially. Whatever those final 3 races are, that'll determine your champion. But if you have this 4-race set, there's obviously going to be a lot of chaos at Talladega no matter what. But there's 4 chances right there to gain additional points if you do wreck. So I think that's a way to appease people who want to make points matter more for the championship. I think you're still getting a 4-race set now where it's basically you're compiling these stats and the finishes and whatnot to determine a worthy champion as opposed to a one winner-take-all race at Phoenix or Homestead in the case of next year. So I think it could work. And like I said about 20 minutes ago, Talladega brings numbers. You want to kick off the final round of the playoffs, kick it off with Talladega.
So you need a super speedway, you need a short oval, you need a road course, and you need a
No,
mile and a
there's
half.
not a road course in the final.
There
4 races
should
next
be
year. There
if you
should-
really want to determine your champion
I
driver.
agree. I've been saying
I
that
know.
forever, but nobody wants to listen to me. They all think I'm crazy.
Again,
but,
it's stubbornness
but
of
to me, it's the
NASCAR.
entire basis of doing a championship round is to put the best of the best at all of your different types of tracks and showcase what your series is all about. And for whatever reason, instead, we're going to Phoenix, Talladega, Martinsville, and Homestead.
Agreed.
Ugh.
Agreed. All 4 disciplines. Makes sense.
Yeah, so instead we get just kind of blah. We get Talladega, which is fun and awesome, and I can't wait for that. And it's probably going to be the best race of the season, to be honest, if indeed they do go to this format. And Jeff Gluck was tweeting out and kind of clarified some of the social media comments surrounding this. And he was like, this is what Jeff Gluck said. I'm going to repeat here. He said, I'm on the playoff committee, and I didn't know this was so definitive. So I listened to the episode talking about Holler Talk. It's not. There's a meeting next week, but this post makes it sound like it's already decided, and that's not what Mike Ford said on the show. Also adding, I was ready to be outraged about this, but this post is a leap as well. Mike Ford says on the episode it's been floated before, but didn't make it sound like they're going to do this or sure about when or where to do it as well. So they're still talking about this, but I mean, you watch Jordan Bianchi there, and I mean, come on, like he's not going to say that if this thing isn't a closed and shut case by now, pretty much.
He knows best.
Or at least swaying in that
Yeah,
direction.
yeah.
Pretty
I want to throw
heavily.
something out there, guys. December 25th through the 29th, your NFL schedule. Excuse me. You have a game at Washington, game at Kansas City, game at Cleveland, game in New York, game in Buffalo, game in Cincinnati, a game in Green Bay. All 3 of those freaking cities are freaking shit cold, and chances of snow and sleet are high at that time. Do you expect the NFL to schedule around the weather? Fuck no. So shut up about this Talladega bullshit. It's part of your racing. It's part of it. Buffalo in freaking December, you really want to play there? Hell yes, you want that advantage as a Buffalo
Bills
fan. What? So quit crying about Talladega. It's a legendary track. The significance of that track is almost as important in my eyes as Daytona.
So you're saying basically the weather wild card in football, it is just that.
Yeah.
It's just a wild card. You got to deal with it in NASCAR as well. Talladega's a wild card race, but it's part of the sport.
Sure.
You got to deal with it.
Yeah, just NFL's not going to schedule around. They're not going to put every game at SoFi Stadium where they go one after one after. No, they're not. Or all encompassed in domes. We just, damn it, as people, we just look for reasons to bitch.
True.
Yeah,
It's very,
Right?
very true.
Especially NASCAR fans. Kidding me?
It's like put Watkins Glen, Talladega, Bristol, and a freaking Cook. Just do something.
Yeah, I saw a tweet again from the same guy who I swear just bitches at everything, and he's honestly become my favorite account because it makes me laugh at this point how unserious he is. But he put out a post today. I did not interact with it because I didn't want to give him the attention or the clickbait. But the post was, "I want Connor Zilic and Corey Haim to lose the championship." So that way, all you playoff nerds out there get a whiff of your own medicine and be like, "What? That's outrageous. You can't have these two guys losing championships." And he's hoping that it would create change. But I
Keep hoping.
Yeah,
Honestly,
right.
I think, look, I want Connor Zilic to win the championship. I want Corey Haim to win the championship. They've been both incredible all season long. They've been the best drivers in their series. But it's like, it'd be a better story if somebody upsets them, to be honest. Like,
Is it why they play the freaking game?
Yeah.
The biggest sting for me as a Dallas sports fan was when the Mavericks went in as a 1 seed against the Golden State Warriors. And they took down the Mavericks Durkin game with, I think, in 4 games. It's why they play the freaking game. It's why you race the race car, man. You don't want to give them. You don't want it served up for you. And all of this, we need the most legitimate championship to win the. No, come on. It's a sport. Stat man, what did he say for 25 years, Richie? It's got to matter. It's got to freaking matter. And I'm going to sit there the majority of the time and watch a Talladega race. I'm not going to sit down and watch the majority of a Vegas race or a Martinsville. I'm going to watch the freaking Talladega race. I'm going to have my eyes on the freaking Bristol race because of what can happen. Not something that, Martinsville's, okay, but I need that factor of what the F is going to happen.
What has been the biggest moment, the most shared moment in NASCAR over the last decade? In terms of viewership on social media, clicks, it made national headlines.
Well,
last decade.
We're past
Yeah.
the jet dryer bit. So, okay,
Give me
last
a hint,
decade.
Richie.
Yeah.
Happened in Martinsville,
Oh, the
Ross Chastain, you kidding
the
me?
Hill Millen.
Yeah.
The Hail
Does
Mary.
that ever happen if there's no playoffs?
No.
If that isn't a
Nope.
cutoff race?
Right.
That doesn't happen. And NASCAR does not make national news. That's why. We keep having this damn conversation all the time, and it pisses me off. It's like, I love the damn playoffs because it's sports, dude. Like, I still don't understand, and I'm going to bring this up again. I will never understand why the only argument all of you NASCAR fans out there that hate the playoffs come at me and they say, we're not like the other sports, so we can't do it
Right.
because we're not them.
Right. Yeah.
Then why don't you bitch all the other sports? Go do what the Premier League does and play an entire round of home and home against every team to determine your champion. And you know what? That championship is normally decided a week before the end, and I stop watching.
And the average age of NASCAR is 63 years old.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Nobody bitches. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. Nobody bitches when the underdogs win in any other sport.
Right.
When the New York Giants went out and beat down the 16-0 Patriots, it was one of the greatest things in the history of sports, right? When the U.S. men's hockey team in 1980 went down and they beat Russia, one of the greatest moments in sports history, because that was essentially a playoff, and that helped them go on to later win the gold medal. And but all the NASCAR fans were like, nah, we don't want that. We don't want that. We want boring crap for the entire season. We don't want moments. Like, they want to tune in and watch the same crap for 36 races instead of moments. I want moments. I want underdogs. That's why the NASCAR playoffs are sticking around.
Well, and I remember.
And I will fight everybody who says that, including I will still defend the NASCAR playoffs, like you said, Kenny, if Connor Zilic and Corey Haim show up in Phoenix and they both lose. I think it'd be
stories.
awesome. I
That
really
would
do
give
think it'd be
amazing
awesome.
stories.
It's like, you know what? Connor Zilic and Corey Haim didn't show up on that day and they lost. And that happens in every other sport, and that's why sports are so awesome. If you don't show up in your Game 7 moment and you lose, tough shit. You lost. The crash, Tyrese Halliburton, Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Yep.
He got hurt. Too damn bad. It happens.
Yep. Sucked, but that's sports.
Yeah, and it completely changed the game because Indiana was playing really well, but you know what? Too damn bad. It happens in sports. It's sports.
So NASCAR fan who says it's not a legitimate champion if the dudes.
Oh, look, the people are angry at me in the chat, baby. Let's go.
but
Come
no.
on.
So what you're telling me, Richie? Again, the NASCAR champion. If it's not like a Joey Logano last year, where people said he's really not the people's champion because he wasn't the best driver throughout the season.
He was when it counted.
So you're telling me that the Rangers World Series was shit? You're telling me the Giants World Series was shit? The National Series was shit? Red Sox, Marlins, Angels? They're all wild card teams. All wild card teams that won the World Series. So you're telling me that they aren't the legitimate Major League Baseball World Series champion?
It's a very, very good comparison.
It's true.
Yep.
We're being called NASCAR. Well, I'm being called NASCAR shills, and that's not true. Trust me. Listen, if y'all listen to the show more, you will know that I do not like the NASCAR product. I am very open about that. I think IndyCar is 10 times better than anything NASCAR puts out. And I even though the racing in Formula One isn't better, I will watch a Formula One race over a NASCAR championship race more often than not, because I just enjoy the hour-and-a-half nature of Formula One better. The storylines are better. Outside of that, I can tune in and watch the last 20 laps of Phoenix and be fine.
Damn.
Yeah,
But I'm not a NASCAR shill.
So JGR for Life, I'm taking that's Joe Gibbs Racing for Life, says, these people talking about the 4 and 5 of us, these people must be NASCAR shills. I swear.
Oh, hell
That's their only
no.
defense, dude. That's
Hell
all they
no.
say. That's all these people say is you must be NASCAR shills. I went on a 5-minute rant and told you why I prefer the playoffs, and that's your only way to come back at me is that I'm a shill. Explain to me then why the 36 races are so much better instead of calling me a shill, because I can guarantee you I am not a stinking shill, and every single one of you in this room can attest to that. That I am not an NASCAR shill.
Non-wing Racer 61 says, but all those teams, talking about those World Series teams, had more than one game in a series to determine who is the victor. Does anybody want to answer that? You've got 4 freaking races to get
You've
your
got
championship.
10 races. Be the best in the first round of 3. Be the best in the next round of 3. Be the best in the third round of 3. Be the best when you show up and it's just 4 of you going for the title in the last race. Now, yes, that may change, but you got to step up and be the best when it's that time. That's pressure makes diamonds. That's just the way champions are formed.
So are you Mamba Smith, Richie?
Oh.
Are you? Are you Mamba?
Mamba Smith gets a paid check from NASCAR. I do not.
Right.
I am not paid by NASCAR. So, I love you guys.
Did someone just say you're
awesome.
Mamba?
Somebody compare me to Mamba Smith because Mamba Smith got called out because he was trying to defend the playoff system in a much different way than I did. And so, yeah, I'm the Mamba Smith of this show now because I shill for NASCAR, even though
But
I'm
you're a
not
non-NASCAR fan who is defending the playoffs.
Yes,
that's
the best way to
wild
describe
difference.
it. Like, yeah, I look, this product sucks, dude. It sucks. Okay? There, is that enough for you to tell you I'm not a NASCAR shill? If I was a NASCAR shill, like some of these other shows, they'd be coming up like, oh, this is a great race, man. I loved watching that race. I loved watching that race at Martinsville last week. I loved Richmond, incredible stuff. I love oval racing for 3.5 hours, but that's not the case.
Richie does collect a check from the CW because you are a shill for the Xfinity Series because you love that series.
Dude, I love the Xfinity Series because the racing is good. That's why. I love Connor Zillich. Oh, I love pissing people off. It's so much fun.
That was a great rant.
That was a good rant. That was.
Just let him go.
Exactly.
Like this, am I the only one that gets pissed off about this? Because you guys are like, what's this idiot doing? He's just ranting to himself for 5 minutes. Or
Well, it's because I've been screaming from the rooftops since we began this show in the year 2000 that 36 weekends of racing is ridiculous. And then when Dale Jr. started saying that, and I think it was around 2005, I'm like, yes, somebody else gets it. So, yeah, I've been screaming for 25 years about how so much of the NASCAR product should change for the better, and it hasn't happened. Again, you got Lisa and Jim really pulling the puppet strings, and until that changes, nothing else will.
I'm on record saying if O'Donnell and Phelps were the decision makers, the complexion of NASCAR would be, I don't know about much different, but it would be different than what we have now.
Absolutely.
Right?
Definitely agree with that.
One last soundbite from our friend Kyle Petty we're going to get to here in moments where Denny Hamlin, Cole Cusimano, how many race wins does Denny Hamlin now have after Worldwide Technology Raceway?
59.
All right. Do you think he will achieve 60, my friend?
He's going to blow by 50, or 60, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
is he going to do it this year?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I think he's got another win. Yeah.
At least one more in his
I believe he does.
Yeah, for sure.
What do our friends at TMS say?
The friends at TMS say that Denny Hamlin is tied for the most wins in the next gen with 2, and he has a damn good shot to go to victory lane once again this weekend because he is one of only 3 drivers with top 10s in all 5 next gen starts at Bristol, and he also has 5 wins there in total, so why not? Toyota's been the team to beat so far in the playoffs. It's been Denny Hamlin, it's been Chase Briscoe, so why not?
Kyle Petty, which, by the way, on set, we have, besides my hairy-ass leg, we've had this on here. We've had this on her since we moved to the new studio.
Swerve or die.
Swerve or die, bitch. So let's get this Kyle Petty soundbite ready to go where he talks about Denny Hamlin and 60 wins. Go ahead.
I think he may be the last driver that hit 60. I know you want to throw Kyle Larson, and I know they want to throw Joey Logano, and they want to throw these guys in. 60 is a huge, huge number in this day and time. And I was looking at it earlier before we went on air. Out of the top 20 all-time winners in NASCAR, only Junior Johnson has 50 wins. Denny has obviously 59. He has the most of anybody who hadn't won a championship. And then there's Mark Martin. There's only 3 guys in the top 20 all-time winners that never won a championship. But you know what? Doesn't make any difference. They're still top 10. They're still top 15 all-time winners. And Denny is doing something, I'm telling you guys, somebody may prove me wrong, but I think he's going to be the last guy to climb that mountain and put that stick in the ground up there that says 60-time winner plus, because I don't think it's going to stop at 60.
Crasher?
Okay, do we know, and I'm throwing this out there, so if we don't know, that's fine. Do we know where Logano sits on that list? Do we know where Larson sits on that list, the 2 that he just referenced?
I have all the numbers.
Okay.
I'm the numbers guy. Come on. I got him.
You are the numbers guy.
Joey Logano, 35 years old, has 37 wins.
Oh.
Brad Keselowski is 41 years old and has 36 wins. Kyle Larson, 33 years old with 32 wins. Now, I think he has the likeliest chance
Yes, I would agree
to
with that.
eclipse 60, but doing some more research here, obviously this next gen car is, you don't have your 10 win seasons quite as much,
No.
obviously. So since the car was introduced in 2022, you've had 2 seasons where the winningest driver had 5 wins. Chase Elliott in 2022, currently Denny Hamlin this year with 5 as well. But last year in 2023, you had 6 win seasons from Kyle Larson and William Byron. So it's trending to where I think Denny Hamlin can get to 6 or 7 this year. Mm-hmm. It's trending to where you're going to be capped around 6-7 wins with this current car if they keep it. So in
Per
that
year.
per season, yes. In that case, I think that Kyle Larson has a chance to do that. 28 more wins seems very likely for one of the best drivers in motorsports, period. Yeah. And I also think there is a conversation that needs to be had about when Connor Zilisch makes the jump to Cup. Because he's going to be a 19, 20-year-old rookie, and his talent's off the charts. He's killing it in Xfinity Series. Again, different animal, different competition level, different car, but his talent is undeniable. He's generational talent. So I think if anybody can do it, it's going to be Kyle Larson. It's going to be Connor Zilisch.
And please just stay healthy and don't get back on the window of your car.
Yeah.
Let's just say on average that those 3 dudes that you named give 3 wins a season. Well, you need to get 3 wins a season to eclipse 60. So Larson would be 42, Logano would be 45, and Keselowski would be 76.
Something like that.
Just playing devil's advocate here, that's averaging 3 race wins a season. Mm-hmm. And knowing what I know about Kyle Larson, frankly, 5 years from now, if he doesn't say F it, I will be surprised.
I agree with that.
Yep.
It's going to be whether or not he wants to stay.
Yeah.
Yep. Because, there's a lot of other things going on there. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And that's Logano. Again, there's so many factors that determine whether these guys are going to stick around. Look what Joe Gibbs has lost over the last 5 years for sponsorship. FedEx being the primary for Denny Hamlin is gone. I know that there are changes going on at DeWalt. Mm-hmm. I know that there are other changes going on with significant sponsors tied in with Toyota race teams. Again, it also depends on really your sponsorship. So I don't know what the point I'm trying to make here. I just think it's a lofty goal. I'm not too far off what Kyle Petty is saying.
I think what you're kind of getting at is in motorsports anymore, it is hard to do what Denny Hamlin has done, which is do it so well for so long.
And he's still doing it. He's still doing it at his age. It's
After
insane.
20 years, it is hard to stay that consistent for that long. Even though you can drive well into your 40s, Elio Castroneves, Jimmy Johnson, some of these other guys who have driven in their 40s, Kevin Harvick, like you get to a certain point and it becomes harder to win races. And so like it's harder ever now to race for 20 years. Like you think of some of these guys now, we're moving to that generation now of these younger guys who I don't think they want to race for 20 years. They don't need to race for 20 years, right? Most careers in other sports are 10, 15 years now and you're done. So like they make more money now than they probably ever have as drivers. And so they don't have to race 20 years. And that's what it's going to take. You have to race for 20 years to get up to these 60 win totals. And I just don't see Joey Logano. I don't see Kyle Larson. And I don't know, Connor Zilic. He's one of those guys, like he can race in anything. After a while, he's probably going to go race elsewhere. Go try IndyCar, go in IMSA, et cetera, et cetera. So I just don't see that win total happening anymore because guys just aren't going to stick around for 20 years like Denny Hamlin.
Juan Pablo Montoya and Dario Franchitti both told me, Crash, you may have been there as well, that running in the Xfinity or the Cup Series, it was just too arduous. They didn't like it. They didn't like the week. They needed time off. They didn't enjoy the time it took to satisfy sponsors Tuesday through Sunday. And what Richie hit on with Connor Zilic in his first contract is going to be generational type money. If you don't know what the hell that means, it means he's going to be able to carry it through a generation to pay his kids, where his kids will live off of it and go on, so forth and so on. So I don't know if money's going to be the driving factor for Connor Zilic. I don't think so. But at the same time, when you're set for life in your freaking mid-20s, don't you want to go back to your roots, run a little Trans Am, run a little IMSA?
And go where you just have fun and you don't have to study tracks as much and you don't have to, all these debrief meetings with your crew chiefs. Yeah, that's right. Valid.
Formula One, like Will Power was alluding to, wink, wink.
Will Power wants Connor Zilic in F1, saying that's your American talent right there. We'll see. Hey,
Cole Cusimano, what did you learn about me when we took our trip to Worldwide Technology Raceway that you didn't know?
Oh, boy.
What did I learn? I learned that there was no Astroglide put into my bag on the way back.
Okay.
So maybe a little
I
bit
need
of a
three
liar
things.
on that
I need
front.
3 things.
3 things?
Yes.
I didn't know I was going to get quizzed on this.
Because it was our first trip together. Connor Zilic. Jesus Christ.
No, we went to Daytona.
Cole Cusimano. That's true.
Duh.
Yeah, but we didn't travel. We were on the same plane and traveling in the freaking rental car, all that kind of stuff, where you get to know people. So what else? What are 2 other things you know about me, Cole?
You're an Admirals member.
Admirals Club.
Admirals Club member.
Got it.
Okay. And that you will not stop till the job is done.
Yeah, look at that.
Incredible work ethic.
Yeah, he learned that one the hard way with that Connor Zilic interview. We ended up getting out of there about 1:30 or something, was it? We got
something like that. Like 1
Yeah,
o'clock.
but hold on a
12:30,
second.
something like that.
All right.
People watching us don't have any idea what happened during
That's
the Connor
okay.
Zilic
We don't need to share with the Freak Nation.
Let's just say technical
You
issues.
adapt, and you're a hard worker.
There you go.
As expected.
Thank you. Cole Cusimano.
That's a Kenny Schill.
Yeah. Careful.
It's a Kenny Schill.
Start calling you Mamba Cusimano.
I don't need that. I don't need that.
All right, so what did I learn about Cole?
Oh, boy.
Because, again, Cole and I took the trip to Worldwide Technology Raceway. We're in the rental car together. We weren't staying in the same hotel room, but the same hotel. And we flew in the same flight to and from. So what did I learn about Cole Cusimano?
Did you guys sit next to each other on the flight?
Shit, no,
You
man.
sat next to Dale Jarrett. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I sat next to...
Oh, you got your
DJ.
upgrade, Kenny, and you didn't give
No,
your
I didn't.
upgrade to
I
Cole.
didn't get an upgrade.
Oh, so Dale Jarrett didn't get an
I
upgrade.
tried to get you... Right? I tried to get you...
He tried.
But there weren't any other aisle seats left up front. So he sat back in there with a freaking peanut gallery.
The peasants, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Hot take. I've been called out for this in the past. I love the back of the plane. Back of
Really?
the plane is so much better. I love it.
So
Yeah.
like the back of the bus because you get your
Yeah.
bumpier and you're just chill.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that when the plane goes down, you're more likely going to live if you're in the back of the plane?
I think so. That's part of my argument.
It's a plus, I guess.
But it's always where the stank lands.
Stank as in
Well,
kitchen stank.
Just
like
stank.
the galley.
Just stanky people, farts, the crapper, It all hangs out back there in the back of the
No,
plane.
you're thinking of old time when we used to be able to smoke on planes.
No, I'm not
And that
thinking
was
of
the
old
smoker
time.
section.
Well, you got to wait for the freaking people to take their bags down, take their time, no consideration for people around them.
Because I've been called out on multiple occasions because when Southwest, they don't do this anymore. They make you pay for your seats. But I used to go straight towards the back because there was more room back there. There weren't as many people. Like everybody wants to sit up front because they want to get off the plane quicker. And me, being the patient person I am, I go to the back, I get my aisle or window seat, and I don't have to worry about anybody else.
But if you land at Burbank, you get to the plane off the back of the plane.
I know.
Sure.
Yeah. So 3 things I learned about Cole Cusimano on the trip. One is they've already started setting up Halloween at their house. Right?
Oh, that's
Last
so
month.
cool.
August,
That's
yes.
so
Okay.
cool.
Other thing I learned about Cole Cusimano, his sister has Hannibal Lecter and who else in her house?
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers. Freaking lifelike stuff. I mean, it's there. It's there. He showed me a picture of it.
Yep.
Wait, all year round?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. There's like a ghost face in there, Scream.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And other thing that I learned about Cole Cusimano, I learned his color scheme for his new house.
Oh.
You care to share with the Freak Nation the marble and the backsplash you're going to put in your new house, buddy?
Man, what do you think? It's green.
Yeah.
It's gotta be green. It's gotta be
yes,
green.
Your favorite color.
Earth tones, your greens, your light browns. Yeah.
All right.
There it
Kind of
is.
boring, but that's me.
No, that's not boring. You're going to have green in your kitchen. Everybody these days is going gray, white, or maybe some still in the tan, brown. No. You're going green.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
putting it out there.
Jete Jets.
Jets. Justin Fields, baby.
Freak Nation, Sunday nights, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. If you missed this, you go to Racer Network. You can see us up there. Be sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, or as the kids still call it, Twitter. Thank you guys for being a part of this big old thing. We'll do better on Sunday night. Later.